Hey, what's up guys, Josie here, going back to more Witch on the Holy Night. Last time we started chapter 8 and we saw, or well, the girls saw SOUJYURO shirtless because he thought changing in the foyer was a good idea. That was still an interesting decision out of him. And then before that we kind of saw a weird occurrence where a kid was hanging out at the old school building, which is very suspicious to say the least. But yeah, anyway, we're at the next day after that. Early the next morning. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. Most people were still in their beds sleeping. Although some 24-hour convenience stores had opened last year, Misaki Town was still very much living in the good old days of the early 80s. Even the tofu shop in the shopping district, known for opening earlier than anywhere else, didn't open until 6. But this was the late 80s, during the latter half of Japan's bubble economy. It was a time when metropolitan areas never slept. Those in the countryside, however, remained in the past. The homes were blanketed in silence, the streets were empty of commuters, and not a single automobile could be heard. The sun was just barely peeking over the horizon. The town would still be asleep for at least an hour longer before it began waking up. It was during this time that someone stepped onto the Konji estate. No, it's probably the girls, right? Because they went to check on the sigils. Or not? SOUJYURO was working the late shift during winter vacation and had just come home. He moved quietly through the drawing room so he wouldn't wake up Aoko and Alice, who were presumably still asleep. Okay, that's weird. I thought it would be the girls coming home because they thought they'd be out late looking at the sigils or checking on the sigils. So that's strange. Or maybe they're not back yet either, I don't know. The Konji estate had a few established rules. One of those rules forbade more Japanese tea. Okay. This new rule had only came into effect 3 days prior. It was proposed after Alice saw SOUJYURO drinking green tea in the kitchen after dinner one night. Why would green tea, why would Japanese tea be banned? Like, I get that Alice likes English tea, but why wouldn't someone else be allowed to have like what?
Oh?
Yeah, what? Looking back on it, the decision had been made rather abruptly. That single gasp of surprise was all Alice said. She grasped her head as if she was battling the most vicious of migraines, called for Aoko, and then made the decision to ban all Japanese teas from this mansion. That's why? just why? By some miracle, Aoko managed to negotiate and keep SOUJYURO's privileges to barley tea during the summer. Okay.
だいたいイギリス産だって初めはグリーンティーが主流だったじゃない。
Did they? Aoko had clearly hit a nerve with this argument. I wonder what Alice's issue with Japanese tea is, because that seems like a really random thing to want to ban all of a sudden. Aoko stared at Alice, fairly certain why she was so taken aback by SOUJYURO's actions. Yeah,
ここまで嫌がらなくてもな。お茶はなんだって美味しいのに。
Yeah, I don't know, SOUJYURO. SOUJYURO grumbled to himself while sipping his hot green tea. He didn't realize that Alice was upset because he had poured his green tea into a teacup meant for black tea. Oh. Really? That's what? Okay. In SOUJYURO's defense, this was the only teacup that Alice had given him permission to use. Okay. At any rate, the early morning was his to enjoy. This was his moment to relax with the Japanese tea set he'd smuggled in. Until Alice just appears out of nowhere and is like, throw it out! He didn't use this time to read books or watch TV. He just drank his tea and gazed fondly at the garden, or rather, the dense woods outside. SOUJYURO just simply sat, relaxed, and let his mind wander. About an hour passed. Just as he was beginning to feel refreshed, he heard sounds coming from the foyer. He knew it was Aoko and Alice talking, so he rushed to hide his teapot, and tea leaves in the kitchen. Hiding the contraband was easy enough, considering just how many unused shelves there were in the kitchen. SOUJYURO was perturbed by how they wasted the potential of such a splendid kitchen.
あら、早いのね、宗十郎。
Aoko spoke as she took off her white down jacket. Well, technically he just got back a little bit before you did, but, yeah, you know. Next to her, Alice silently took off her black coat.
いや、今帰ってきたんだ。天城浜の食品工場に深夜のパートで入ることになって。その帰り。
Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna take that. SOUJYURO stuck his head out from the kitchen and gestured that he was about to put on some water to boil. Alice tilted her head slightly at him. Okay, don't complain. Don't complain, he's paying you rent. He needs his job to do that. It wasn't that she thought his gesturing was funny or anything like that.
天城浜から。
What is that for? Alice glanced up at the clock in the drawing room and her expression darkened.
どうしたの、アリス。
Aoko asked this from her comfortable seat on the sofa.
別に。
What? Alice responded indifferently before finally sitting down as well.
宗十郎、砂糖は一杯だけだからね。
Yeah. Pushy. Aoko yelled her matter-of-course request into the kitchen. SOUJYURO didn't respond, but it was an affirmative silence. Okay, how's a silence of... Yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna question it. This was the result of 2 entire nights worth of cramming that Alice knew nothing about. Okay.
アリスは？
Sure.
私はミルクだけでいいけど。
Alice responded out of obligation.
了解、ミルクティーだね。
Wow, I'm surprised he heard that, to be honest. For some reason, SOUJYURO dutifully answered Alice's request.
ま、いいけど、いちいち突っ込んでたらキリがないし。
Yeah. Right, of course.
それより珍しいじゃない。アリスがティーバッグのお茶飲むなんて。今日は疲れたから、たまには。
Of course, just tired. It seemed she had allowed herself to accept another's kindness, at least for today. Okay.
ま、いいか。それより宗十郎。あんた、さっきお菓子のこと言わなかった？
What? Working in Amagihama?
え？別に言ってないぞ、そんなこと。
そう？ならいいんだけど。
Uh-huh. The two were conversing over a distance of 4 yards. Alice decided to add her opinion to the conversation.
しずきくんがおかしなことを言わない日はないと思うわ、私。
I mean, I can't argue that. To be honest, she's not wrong. Her quiet tone was luckily just low enough that SOUJYURO couldn't hear her from the kitchen.
そりゃそうだけど、今ちょっと変だったでしょ？いや、何が引っかかったのかまではわからないんだけどさ。そうね。会話自体は普通だったけれど、内容を考えてみると、どこかおかしいわね。
What, it has to be the Amagihama thing, right? That or they can tell he was like nervous about them finding out about the green tea. Aoko became gradually more irritated as she failed to grasp what had been odd about the conversation. Just then, SOUJYURO appeared holding a tray with a teacup for each of them.
何を話してるんだ？単に新しいアルバイトを始めただけだろ。
He put the cups down on the black table without making even the slightest sound. That table looks brown to me, but... oh, okay. Alice couldn't complain about how proper his job as a waiter had made him. Alright. Well, she didn't say anything out loud. She did nod in his direction to show some gratitude. Okay, Alice, I see you. Being at least... courteous. To a degree, anyway. Aoko, however...
天城浜だっけ？あそこってスタジアムがあるところでしょ？ツアーの会場になるから時々行くけど。
Oh, that's interesting. The student council president, a supposed model student, loved rock bands. Aoko was secretly obsessed with a number of bands, and used to travel way out of town just to see them perform live when she was in middle school. That's... I mean, yeah, I appreciate the dedication to seeing what you enjoy, I guess. Of course, this was a world that SOUJYURO was far from familiar with.
それよりまた新しいバイト始めたんだ。そんなに働いてどうする気なのよ、宗十郎は。
Financial stability?
ああ、よく聞いてくれたね。本人の名誉のために名前は伏せるけど、誰かさんと誰かさんが俺の少ない収入を無慈悲に奪っていくから働く先を増やしたんだ。
You know, I'm surprised SOUJYURO was ballsy enough to just like throw shade like that. This was as much resistance as SOUJYURO was able to give. Aoko lifted her teacup to her mouth as if she was completely oblivious to SOUJYURO's monologue.
それは大変ね。
Oh, yeah. Alice said this as she set her teacup down quietly. There were some things she just didn't understand. Aoko had to hold back her laughter as she looked at Alice and SOUJYURO.
はあ、言った自分が未熟だった。
Yeah, you should have. SOUJYURO's shoulders fell as he said this. He took a sip of his black tea, still unsure about the taste.
まあ、アルバイトが多いって分かってくれるだけでいいか。そういったわけだから、冬休み中は夜も留守にする。例の薬はアルバイト先で飲むしかないんだけど。
ああ、それなら心配いらないわ。もうあれはやめたから。
Don't you have to give us, like, a full antidote then?
いちいち作るのも面倒だし、もっとしずきくんに似合うのを見つけてきたの。
Okay. Are you gonna give us an antidote for the poison though, right? Before you... Aoko had a huge, ominous grin on her face. She put her hand into her jacket pocket and pulled out a little paper bag. It was a small circular object, about 20 inches in diameter, wrapped up nicely like a present. A present.
はい、これは入居祝い。これからはそれをつけておくのよ、宗十郎。
No! No! It's a collar, isn't it? There ain't no way! SOUJYURO opened the paper bag. Inside was a white belt. Oh, okay, a belt. But it wasn't a... Oh, no. But it wasn't a belt for putting around your waist to keep your pants up. To put it as clearly as possible, it was a collar.
青子。
Even Alice is like, really? How vulgar can you be? Alice's expression darkened at this turn of events. But it wasn't clear whether it was her friend's insidiousness or sympathy for SOUJYURO that concerned her. I'm gonna assume the first one. I don't think she would have much sympathy for him, to be honest, but...
どう？気に入った？
You know, I'll take the poison, please. Aoko is clearly a little crazy. Yeah. At least she wasn't totally serious. It was obvious that it was at least half a prank to just see how SOUJYURO would react. Okay, but who's thinking that? SOUJYURO or Alice? But SOUJYURO was solemnly considering the collar he had just been gifted. Ain't no way. He doesn't realize it's a joke.
意味はつかみかねるけど、こういうものを人からもらうのは
Oh no,
これ
he's
が
too
初めて
pure.
だ。
My man's too pure. He actually sounded like this would be a happy memory for him. God damn it. He's too good. Aoko, why would you tease this poor man? This poor boy. Alice narrowed her eyes at what was transpiring. Oh my god.
けど、これは何に使うんだ？
Oh. Oh. I see. He doesn't even realize it's a dog collar. Or at least a collar of some sort. I assume it's dog collar. But maybe it's like one of those like chokers, maybe. That just goes like is like flush against the neck, maybe.
簡単よ。金庫寺と同じで飼い犬が主人に逆らうと首を絞めるの。あっちは頭につけてたけど、それよりは首のがマシでしょ？
Okay, now that he knows it's like for like a dog collar, how will he how will he react? SOUJYURO grimaced when he finally understood Aoko's mean-spirited gift. He really wanted to ask her what kind of person comes up with such an evil idea.
つまり、秘密をばらしたり逆らったりしたら首が締まると。
Probably.
やっぱり熱でもあるんじゃないのか、青崎は。
あら、首輪は嫌？せっかく総十郎に似合いそうなものを見つけたのに。
She is kind of crazy. Aoko still had an evil grin on her face. But SOUJYURO had a surprising response to this gift that Aoko had clearly gotten as a prank.
それもそうか。毎日毒を飲むよりはマシだし、このベルト自体いいものだし。
Oh no. He's still he even knows that he's still too good. Why?
気に入った。ありがとう、青崎。
Oh my god. This boy. He spoke 100% truthfully. Aoko's face contorted in disbelief, and she could only mumble if he was serious. Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
人の行為はどんなものだって嬉しいよ。それに、それが青崎ならなおさらだ。
Oh, he's too good! Aoko, just tell him it's a prank! Oh my god! Aoko's like, and Alice is just like, bruh. Bruh, you fucking serious? Look at her, she's just like, what the fuck? Oh my god, I love it. I love it so much. And with that, SOUJYURO put the belt around his neck. He placed it over the bandages already there.
こんな感じかな。きついけどそのうち慣れるだろう。
Oh my god. Why? There ain't no way, bruh. Ain't no way. Despite his words to the contrary, SOUJYURO tugged at the belt uncomfortably and adjusted it. It was such a perverse scene that even Aoko's face was red as a beet, even though this had all been her idea. Yeah, regretting it now, huh? Perhaps it was because it gave her such a clear reminder of the scars she'd seen the day before.
よし。止め方はこれでいいのか。
Oh my god.
ね、
Alice is like, you see what you've done, Aoko? You see this? This is you. Aoko retreated guiltily as Soujuro came closer for her to check the fit of his new collar. Hey, yo, bro.
黙ってちゃわからないのに。
I don't know, I don't know, man.
いいよ。アリスに聞くから。
Oh no, she's probably gonna be like, don't drag me into this. I had no part in this. Oh god. Alice is like, huh? What about me now? Soujuro shifted his gaze from Aoko to Alice. Alice stared intently at Soujuro wearing his new collar and said,
ロックね。青子、趣味に走りすぎよ。
No fucking shot. Oh my god. Oh, cue Aoko's freaked out. She could not have put it any more bluntly.
いや、やかましい、そんなんじゃない。
Uh-huh.
もういい。とにかくそういうことよ。これからはその首輪が薬の代わりよ。せいぜい秘密を守ることね。
Let me guess. It's just a normal ass collar, isn't it? Like, it's not, like, it wouldn't choke him at all. Like, she's just, like, fucking with him, but, like, also is, like, doesn't think he'll say anything. Or maybe will. Maybe she did tinker with it, but, like, I don't know, I feel like she would have, if she got it the day before, I feel like she would have given it to him then. Or, like, if she finished, like, you know, tinkering with it to make it do that, I feel like she would have given it to him the day before. But because he just got back from going out, she had to have bought it, which means that there's no way she had time to, like, enchant it to do something like that. Plus, that doesn't seem like her, like, area of, like, expertise. But I don't know, I guess making poison pills also doesn't seem like her area of expertise, so maybe I'm just underestimating what she can do. Aoko was oddly emphatic as she spoke before stomping off toward the hallway. She's like, I'm too embarrassed for this shit. I'm out of here.
それと、これからお昼まで仮眠を取るけど、くだらないことで起こしたら殺すから。
Okay. Aoko slammed the door behind her as she left the drawing room. Soujuro stared in amazement.
なんで青崎はいつもいきなり怒るんだろう。
Yeah, I wonder. He murmured to himself, forgetting that Alice was standing right there in front of him.
しずきくんには悪意が通じないからでしょう。気にする必要はないわ。
Yeah, okay.
悪意って今のが？
Oh, Soujuro, you are you're a special kind of person. Alice looked up at Soujuro's innocent response. There was a glimmer in her eyes that showed surprise at her current actions.
なんでもないから気にしないで。
Yeah, don't worry about it. With that terse reply, she returned to her usual expressionless self. There was no use explaining Aoko's feelings. Aoko bought that collar for the sole purpose of annoying Soujuro and causing mischief. When things didn't turn out how she'd planned, her conscience got the better of her. Yeah. Soujuro mistakenly thought that Aoko was angry at him, when in reality she was only angry at herself. Alice didn't bother telling Soujuro all these heartwarming details, though. Yeah, I guess there's no point. Not because it was too much work, just because she was never one to have meaningless conversation. I mean, I wouldn't call that meaningless, but yeah. That was how she'd been raised.
しずきくんはこれからどうするの？
Well, he probably wants to sleep too, since he just got back as well. Alice suddenly changed the topic. Sojo thought for a while before replying.
夕方までゆっくりするよ。ここのところ忙しすぎた。せっかくだからテレビも見ていたいし、お昼には青崎を起こさないといけないだろ。
Yeah.
そう。なら静かにしていて。
Alice let out a gentle sigh and rose to her feet. Just keep it quiet. Sojo would understand exactly what she meant by those words in just a few minutes. Okay. That's ominous. Anyway, that actually seems like a good place to stop for now. Nice little transition point. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, next time we'll maybe finish chapter 8. I mean, we should. Yeah, assuming chapter 8's not that long, we should finish it this next session. But anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.